Welcome back into the Kramer Show, and joining me now is the St. Louis quarterback. He is the St. Louis All-Star right now. Everybody talks about him, and even I talk about him. I love the guy. Johnny Pickler is joining me on the show. Johnny, how you doing, man?
Kramer, I'm doing well. You know I'm doing good, and glad to be back on the show. Love the show, and thanks for having me back.
So the first time we talked, it was pretty much week one. It was before week one happened. Yes, we have like 5 more weeks left to go in the SFL, which is crazy. But the last time we talked, we were looking forward to the season for you. Right now, you guys are sitting at 3-4, and you're in a good spot to make the playoffs. So what's your thoughts so far for the rest of the season?
We're still in that one game at a time mentality. I mean, we've had some highs and some lows, and in a roller coaster 7 weeks so far. We've taken some lickings and we've given some lickings, but the team we've stayed grounded, we've stayed humble, and kind of our hashtag right now, kind of our motto is that we know we're going to be doubted. We know, given our franchise's history, people don't believe in us, people don't like us. The league doesn't want to talk about us. We had been considered a bottom feeder. I mean, we're projected to lose by 10 points every week. I mean, we're not even going to be offended by these things. We embrace the fact that we're doubted, that we're overlooked, and we're going to surprise some people. I mean, we do have playoffs on our mind right now. We know we're in a position that we can get there if we, work our asses off and believe in the coaching staff. I mean, these guys work so hard week in and week out to prepare us to win games. Like I said, we've had some disappointments thus far, but it's been nothing to demoralize us. I think that we've surpassed some people's expectations already, and they think there's not more victories coming. But I mean, we're not where we want to be. If it was up to us, I mean, we think we should be 5-2 at this time. 3-4. It's livable right now because we're still in the hunt, and but we got to win the games that are in front of us right now. And it starts with Seattle this weekend.
As you guys just came off a stellar overtime performance against Chicago, what was going through your mind during that?
A big game versus Chicago. A lot of emotions running. We didn't want to fall to 2-5. We felt like we couldn't afford that with the games we had remaining on the schedule. I mean, every game from this point on, it's playoff intensity. It feels like that when you're in the position we are with the record that we have and the schedule you see ahead of us. I mean, it was a must-win scenario for us, and we played like that. I mean, it was a real team effort on both sides of the ball. Our defense, yeah, they let 30 points go by, but boy, I mean, did they make some big plays. I mean, we had Drew Really with his pick six. That was a turnaround moment in the game early. Colin Douglas coming up with a big pick in the fourth. Colin also and the defense in general with that goal line stand when Chicago had a chance to punch it in for the win that let us get the ball in overtime. I mean, the defense stepped up. They've been bend don't break all season, and they're a very scary defense. And our offense took care of the ball well. We did not commit a single turnover, which we pride ourselves on as being the best team as far as, taking care of the ball all season. Um, you know, uh, Harrelson stepped up. I mean, MVP of the game when Finch went down with an injury. And Dawson just continues to truck people out there. So, I mean, everybody performed. We performed on special teams. Our rookie kicker, our returner, Chase Earl, was doing his thing. So, I mean, just when you perform like that, it's tough to lose a game, and it was still close. But we needed every little breath and every little play out of everybody to get the win, and we did, and it felt good. And it felt good doing it in Chicago because that's my home city, and so it felt good getting that win.
So you mentioned you guys do not do not turn it over the ball at all. Right now, you only have 4 interceptions, and people may think, "Oh, it's just 4 interceptions." But the next person behind you is Matt Wilson, who has 12 interceptions. So that 4 to 12, that's a huge gap. So what's up with you? Like you're easily making the good passes, and you're threading the needle, you're dotting the i's. What's it like for you going out in the field knowing that, okay, there may be a time where I give up only 1 interception, but I may throw that 11 touchdowns that you have right now. So it's like, what's going through that mind right now?
I mean, it feels good. I mean, I have to, attribute that success to a couple different factors. That's not myself. And one, it's Diesel Dawson and the fact that we're a true balanced offense. And, the threat of the run game really opens up the passing game for us. And on top of it, it's hands down, you give the credit to the coaches where it's due. I mean, Gerald and the coordinators, they do a great job, setting me up for success week in and week out, not putting too much on my back, but they also know, they've learned from their mistakes and they've admitted it as well. They have to, give me a little bit of a longer leash out there. We feel that we've let a couple games, get away from us because, we were only dinking and dunking too much. And, I think that, I've proven that I can throw the deep ball, that you open me up in clutch situations, I can still get it done, especially when we have a healthy Dawson out there, that's always going to be a threat. So I think that we have a balanced offense, and just going back to the fact that our defense is a stellar defense. When you have a feisty defense, one of the best defenses in the league, and you combine that with an offense that takes care of the ball, that's going to prove dividends towards success as time continues. So we just want to keep that consistency going forward on both sides of the ball. I think we have the best turnover differential in the league. And we should have a better record than 3-4 with that turnover differential. But we think that it'll end where we want it to be, towards the end of the season. But you got to continue to take care of the ball. It feels good though, and that's if that's I don't need to throw for 5,000 yards in a season. That's not our style right now. I don't mind, being a game manager, making the plays when my number's called upon, and just taking care of the ball and getting the ball in my playmakers' hands. If that's, my role out there and that's going to get us W's, then that's all I want.
I won't lie to you that you have made it fun watching the Gladiators play this season, especially back after your post game press conference about heading over into Vancouver after you guys' win. What goes through your mind with that? 'Cause I know some people like those press conferences, the pregame press conferences, either one of those. What goes through your mind thinking that, okay, I need to make my point across here?
I'm having fun with it, and I want to. Yeah, it's about hype. I hear the words, this kid's got an ego. He's egotistical. He's this and that. If you look up the definition of egotistical, in the dictionary, I think that you would really, realize that doesn't align with who I am. I think what I want to do is create a hype around this team in the city because we deserve the hype created around us. Again, I think prior to my arrival here and Gerald's arrival, this is a new team in St. Louis here, and it's not to say anything negative about the team prior to me getting here. We're still, a storied franchise, and that's, but we've taken a lot of lumps, and we don't have a lot of proven success on the field, and and we wanted to change that. It's always about the narrative, and I'd say that I've been given a pretty long leash from ownership, Dwayne and Colin, to go out there and let my personality shine. Be as out there as you have to be. Stay respectful. As much as I, may chirp a little bit or say something. I don't think I've been disrespectful directly or even indirectly to other teams. I think I've given credit where credit's due. I don't attack anyone at a personal level, but I will remain confident in my team. I will remain confident in the brothers to my left and my right. And if that means me touting my team's ability, and you want to take that as egotistical, you can take that how you want. But I'm going to tout my team. I'm going to be loud about it when we win. I'm going to take it on the chin and be humbled when you prove me wrong or you get the better side of us. It doesn't mean that I still don't think that my team's the better team. We're just going to have to go out. We're going to have to prepare better for when we face you the next time. But I'm very confident in what we have going on here. And I think that everybody in St. Louis was sick of the narrative of the past. So we're creating a new narrative. And if you have to, if the talk has to be about me, has to be about this new team, then, we're giving you something to talk about besides, the losing seasons in the past here in St. Louis. And, it's not like, all press is good press type of thing. I think the fact is, we just, we're getting you talking about us. We're strategic in the way we put out things, and I think some people understand what we're doing. I think it goes over other people's heads. Some people don't like me. That's okay. I'm not going. You have. It's your prerogative. How you want to respond. The idea is that we're giving you content to respond to. If you want to form an opinion about me, that's your right to do so. If you don't like me as a player, if you don't like me as a person, if you don't like me as an opponent, that's all within your right to do that. If you love me, if you want to root for me, that's great. And and thanks for jumping on the wagon and stuff. Because I take as many fans or as many people that are appreciative of the content as possible. But the fact is, you're talking about me and you're talking about us nonetheless. And you couldn't deny it.
Well, Johnny, I do believe that St. Louis struck gold drafting you. But hey, thanks for taking time out of your day and joining me on the show, man.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. Congrats on special teams player 7 for 7. Impressive. I'm always a fan of you. Keep on pushing out the great content, and hopefully we'll see you later in the playoffs or something like that.
Oh, for sure. That's the class act. Johnny Pickler, the quarterback for the St. Louis Gladiators, who just joined me. We'll take a quick break and have more up next on The Kramer Show.